Hello, everybody. Pop culture curator here. So good to see you. Forgive me for the sound of my voice. I'm a little weak tonight. And due to that, I'm going to have a special host tonight, co-host, my good friend Stone Racket. Every week, as you guys know, anybody that comes to my channel knows that I usually read from the book Lost is Fate by, Mark Cushman. But tonight, Stone Racket is going to be oh so kind and cover that for me. I will be here mostly as a background because I can't really talk a lot. But my good friends here say they'll prop me up like the old guy weekend at Bernie's, and we'll try to continue the stream. But I will be here, and I want to personally welcome each and every one of you and thank you. And without further ado, Girl, I'll let you run the panel and the chat. And we have wonderful Jill here to do the slides. Thank you, Jill.
Always. We're here for you. And
Thank you.
And Pop, did you just want me to read the opening pages to a certain point, or do you have something in mind?
Well, I usually read some of the anecdote at the beginning. I gotta grab the. What is it? The introduction? Not the introduction, but what's the other part?
We have the synopsis, and then from the script, and then some quotes from the script, and then the assessment.
Yeah, I usually from the assessment, and then highlights from throughout the chapter, because there's so much to read from. I can't squeeze it all in. So I don't usually do from the script or those other ones, but I usually do the assessment or most of it, whatever applies, without getting into spoiler territory. And then throughout the chapter on the behind the scenes of interviews, mistakes, things like that, if that makes any sense. And you can always feel free to ask at any time because I will be here.
Alrighty.
But let's get the show on the road.
Okay, tonight's episode 52.
Wait. Hold on. We need to introduce the panel and the chat and all that stuff.
Oh dear, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was asking Gorilla if he could do that for me. If not,
Radio.
Well, with us, we got Antiderivative Jill. How are you doing today?
fabulous, wonderful, spectacular. Ready to talk about pirates and robots. Thank you.
So we're talking about Treasure Island.
Yes.
And roulette.
And PvP, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad. Actually had a good day. Only minor little quibble would be I just keep wishing this darn heat wave would end, but I see on my computer screen here it says we're going to be hitting a record high within the next day or so. So yay! More hot weather, but oh well. I that's okay. I don't mind it. Hey, it's summer. It should be
No
hot, right?
fun.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, it's 76 here.
Oh well, you're cool. Wow, nice.
Yeah, it's like 74 here.
Wow, you guys are lucky.
Fahrenheit.
Gotta go.
86.
Yeah. And Stone Racket, how are you doing?
Arr, I'm ready for Pirate Monday.
Yeah.
Actually, I was called in at the last minute, so I did not have time to do my homework. So I did not watch the episode, and I'm here to help Pop and read from Mark Cushman's The Authorized Biography of a Classic Sci-Fi Series, Lost in Space, Volume 2.
Thank you. And yes, as he said, it was last minute. So I promise I will not be giving you a grade this session.
All right. And to our esteemed host tonight, Pop, how are you doing?
I'm hanging in. I've been on the week, guys. As you guys know, I've missed a few streams. I wasn't able to make last week because I was in the hospital. But I'm here. I've had some sleep. It's just that I'll put it this way if it helps me. I feel better than I sound. So I think I've got some energy. I took a nap, but my voice is just not quite there. And what I was thinking about doing, I wanted you guys' opinion about this. What do you guys think? What if I go in and boost my mic?
I know you sound good way it is right now.
I don't know, usually when I go back and listen, it sounds like crap. But I want to make sure that people can hear me, obviously.
Your volume seems okay on my headset here.
Yeah,
Bob, so.
you sound just fine.
Yeah, you sound okay here.
Then it's just a problem of me being weak. I can't really do long sentences, so a few words here and there. And I'm not able to talk over people if I have to interrupt. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. All right, and I want to say welcome to the first one in the chat, the Phantom Boomer Explores. He goes, hello. And we got Jill saying hello to the Boomer. Pop saying hello to the Boomer. Stoner acting, begging and pleading and making promises he won't keep to get a link to the panel here.
Did I post that? I don't remember that. No.
Sorry about that, Chief.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. Jill's like, I sure can. As soon as I get it.
My bad.
Oh, did you put the poll in the chat, Pop?
Oh, I'll throw it there right now. Thank you.
Yeah. And Stoner is asking Pop saying howdy there, and then I sent out links to everybody here. Be on soon. Howdy, y'all. And welcome, Zombie Mouse. And she goes, hey, have that sexy gorilla call me. Hello. Sure will.
Hello, Zombie Mouse.
I'll call you after. I'll call you after.
Hey, Zombie Mouse.
And welcome, Taylor Swift, creator of the Disney, Star Wars, MCU, and Doctor Who. He goes, hello, Pop. No, it says just Pop. Hello, too.
And good to see you, Zombie. Another new person dropped in. You're very welcome. Glad to see you.
Yeah, hello, Zombie Mouse. Welcome to the panel chat.
Yeah. That's all our chats for the day.
And hi, Matt G.
Super.
You said it wrong, Jill.
Oh, no, I don't always have to say Matt G.
Of course, he didn't single you out in this one here, so.
Yeah.
All right. So, Eric, you got the book there?
Yes, I do.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Alrighty. Episode 52, Treasure of the Lost Planet. And this episode was written by Carrie Wilbur. And, of course, the ever-reliable story editor, Anthony Wilson. And this episode was directed by Harry Harris. Produced by Irwin Allen with William D. Farella. And Tucker, the sky pirate, returns with a mutinous crew of alien monsters. They seek a treasure buried somewhere on the planet. Their only clue is a talking mechanical skull that responds only to Dr. Smith's questions. And no spoilers, because the next sentence is a spoiler, so we will jump to Mark Cushman's assessment. Alonzo P. Tucker was worth bringing back. With this character, a man who was plucked from his native land, a man who was a pirate at heart, a man without a home, a man without a family, Carrie Wilbur found a theme and put that purpose into motion, writing an imaginative and colorful tale with Billy Bones, a head that would not that would nod toward the loot, a crew of renegades, and hidden treasure. What held it all together, and what crowned it in the end, was the theme of how love, or at least affection and respect, can prompt self-sacrifice. Tucker is willing to lose the treasure and then some to safeguard Will, a boy who admired and believed in him. With that, Tucker already had his treasure. He would leave this planet and go in search of more loot, but he knew that somewhere in this universe there was at least one person who cared for him. It was said in a different way by the thief in The Thief from Outer Space, but the sentiment was the same. Remember me. Treasure of the Lost Planet is a colorful, imaginative, funny, and just enough, and has just enough heart to move the spirit of those watching. Who could ask for more? Panel, who could ask for more? Yeah, this was the sixth script from Kerry Wilbur. And this story assignment actually dated back to the end of the first season as a sequel to The Sky Pirate.
So I'm guessing Kerry Wilbur did not write The Sky Pirate in season 1, Stone Rocket?
The Trivia King is stumped.
That's okay.
Yeah, I looked it up actually.
Anyway, there's a quote. There's a quote from Wilbur. He said, "We brought Tucker back for that one. May have been a story conference with Tony Wilson, where we decided to bring him back. So not sure.
Yeah,
I'll just take a quick look here. I'll find it. Don't worry.
It was written by Kerry Wilbur. That's
Okay,
why
there
it
you
makes
go.
The same characterization.
yeah.
Wow, thank you, Jill.
Thank
That's
you,
really
Jill.
quick.
Yeah, and in doing the research for this episode, they did have one little background information on Albert Salmi there, the guy who played it, Alonzo P. Tucker.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, he got into something with his wife, and apparently they both were gone on the same day in 1990. I think that's the best way I could put it on friendly YouTube terms. Is
really terrible.
Yeah,
Very unfortunate. Yeah.
If you're having domestic issues, get help.
Or get away from each other, separate.
Yeah. Well, I think that was more. I think there was some mental issues going on in there, but that's the only one I got on any of that.
And alcohol, I think, too. Substance abuse.
Yeah. So, Jill, can you read this one?
I don't always say Jill. Oh.
Yeah. And Zombie Mouse says, yeah. And Zombie Mouse says, "Hi, lovelies. It's good to see y'all too."
Likewise, right back at you. Welcome.
Yeah. And Popeye, wish you well, dear.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I can read a little more here about the background of the script.
Sure.
So we learned that it was originally set to be a sequel for the first season, but anyway, when the story assignment was carried over to season 2, it was again delayed. Irwin Allen and Tony Wilson were eager for Wilbur to write another script first, and that was A Visit to Hades. After finishing that assignment, Wilbur wrote 3 drafts of Return of the Space Pirate, with the title change to Treasure of the Lost Planet. Even though the script was finished, the production was further delayed until actor Albert Salmi became available. In the meanwhile, Wilbur's next script, and everybody hold your horses, The Questing Beast, went into production.
Yeah, Joe's favorite with the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, concerning the genre Irwin Allen was striving for, fantasy over science fiction, director Harry Harris, hired to direct this latest script from Kerry Wilbur, theorized, "I don't think he was trying to be technical or technically perfect." That's an understatement. He had the imagination to do this stuff, and I think his imagination was pretty damn good. Star Trek was a great success, but Irwin's stuff was kind of fun. You can't get Academy Awards for it. It was Irwin's way of doing fantasy. He wasn't trying to get technical advisors in there to make sure that they put the stethoscope on the right, or this was right, or that was right. He just put a lot of stuff together, a lot of twinkling lights, a lot of fireworks going off when there was trouble, and that's what he wanted. And he couldn't have made the Gene Roddenberry thing, you know. A lot of people like Star Trek. I like it, but I never went crazy for it. Oh, sacrilege.
Wow.
Wait, who was
Irwin-
talking?
Oh no.
This is the director, Harry Harris, the director of this episode.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Irwin's stuff was more fun. Yeah, it's fun, but I wouldn't say more fun. Star Trek's fun. There was more fun to it because they didn't try to take themselves seriously.
Well, in Star Trek, there were times where it delved out of more reality and more into humor and fantasy. So,
Yeah,
but obviously, as we can all tell, this guy doesn't know Star Trek as well as we do.
that's right. Yeah, it's just it's it's not very good sportsmanship to go after a different sci-fi series.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
I
just
wouldn't.
yeah. Go ahead.
I wouldn't say Lost in Space is more fun than Star Trek. I think
Right.
Star Trek has loads of fun. You know, it just
Oh
depends
yeah,
what
just
you're
in a
the mood to
different
watch.
form of fun.
Oh,
Yes.
exactly. They're both fun, but you
Definitely.
know,
Uh-huh. I mean, I like it's like Star Trek and Star Wars. I like them both. And of course, when I mean Star Wars, I mean George Lucas Star Wars.
Mhm.
But it's the same with Lost in Space. I'm a fan of both. I watched both growing up, and I still return to the show. Got it on Blu-ray. Anytime I want, I can pop it in the DVD player, and there you go. And you know, there's some. We all have our top favorites, and I like returning to those top favorites of mine. And so it's
Yeah, I think it's all good. I mean,
yeah,
you know, whether you're talking Lost in Space or Star Trek or Star Wars.
uh-huh,
I mean, I never got why people have to argue, like fans argue about
right,
what's better. It's
yeah,
all good to me. You know, I love it
yeah.
all.
I
You know,
it's like can't we get along? Can't we like
yeah,
Right.
both? Yeah,
Right. You do not have to choose one over the other. You're allowed
yeah,
to like more than one.
yeah. Star Trek is its own thing, and Star Wars is its own thing, and you know, you know, people comparing them, it's like, well, you really shouldn't really do that. You know, Star
it's
Wars is space opera,
oh,
and Star Trek does not go after that kind of aspect
it's
in the
apples and
genre.
orange, apples and
Yeah,
oranges
apples and
kind of thing,
oranges.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
have a
mean,
different mindset watching one
yeah.
or the
Oh,
other.
yeah, and we can shift gears mentally, you know, quite easily with both, and we can love both and enjoy it. And like myself, I've passed on my love of Star Trek and Lost in Space and Star Wars to my sister's children. So
That's good.
yeah,
Anyway,
Lucky kids, they both stir the imagination.
yeah,
yes, and they
yeah,
Absolutely, I
yeah,
agree. That's wonderful.
and the thing is, of course, my sister, being raised in the same household with our folks, showing classic movies and taking us to, the current cinema and in the 60s, especially, my sister has passed on the love of old movies, and all her kids enjoy watching black and white movies from the 40s and the 50s. So it's like,
excellent. That's
yeah.
excellent. Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, what do we have here on the slides?
Well,
The man is narrating.
what
Dick-
happens is
Yeah.
Dr. Smith goes back and forth between thinking gambling is not good to loving gambling. And right now he loves gambling. So
And
Yeah,
loves
he was
suggesting that kids
he had
do
the
it as well.
gambling bug in that one episode. The title
Yeah, a few
escapes
of
me.
them.
What was that, Pop?
Yeah, his gambling bug. It's like
Yeah.
bipolar. He turns it on and off.
Yeah.
Right. My cousin, Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Well, are you talking about the episode with the giant gambling machine that
Yes,
chases him?
that chases them.
Yeah,
Right.
that
And
was
then
Right.
that
and
was
then
great actually.
Professor Robinson comes in and does the old shell game and wins the
Yes.
day.
Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah,
good
that was
episode.
a
Actually.
good ending. Anything where Professor Robinson comes in and saves the day is fine by me.
Yeah, I
So
like that one.
they find, yes, it is good when John gets to do stuff.
Yes.
They find some gold that leads them to this metal ring, and then Dr. Smith goes on a ride.
Yeah. Now, now, yeah. Remember in Meeting in Space that Smith was saying that gambling was vulgar, but now it's a gentleman's art.
Well, like you were saying, though, he was really obsessed with it in My Cousin, Mr. Smith. I think I had that name. I remember where that Mr. Smith's cousin comes along and then Dr. Smith's cousin, I'm sorry. And that was the whole part of the episode, when she were competing.
Well, there it is. You got it. And so Dr. Smith is now down in this hole where he finds the skull of an alien monster. Just definitely not a bison or cattle or something.
Yeah, and he was all freaked out about the bones and all that of an animal and stuff. Remember when we used to drink from the skulls of our enemies? Show just picked it up and drank from it.
Those were
There you
the
go. Why
Yeah.
waste time?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gorilla, this is the family hour. Let's
Oh.
let's
Okay.
cut the gory talk, please.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
I was going to say, speak for yourself, girl. I have not drank it out of the skulls of my enemies, like at least not that I remember. So.
Well, I had a skull-shaped glass at one point, but let's catch up
Oh.
on chat here real quick. Taylor Swift said, "I saw a surprise movie at the movie theater where they don't tell you what it is. Ended up being an artsy, slow-paced, dialogue-heavy film. It was not
Yeah.
bad. The obnoxious trend of me by buying a Swift. Well, that's what
Yeah.
you get.
I think it continues. I'm pretty sure he's talking about a Swift popcorn bucket. Yep, bucket and
a
cup.
cup to bring into Well, that's why you don't get. That's why you don't go to those mystery movie nights because
Right.
they put up the movies that they're trying to make some money on.
Exactly. Right. That's already sold the ones that nobody are going to see.
Yeah. And Taylor Swift is laughing. And welcome, Scurvy. He says, "Good evening, all."
Hello,
Hello,
man.
Lemon.
Bye.
And
Hi, Lemon.
yeah. And welcome, Daniel's Hot Topics. He says, "Hello, Pop. I hope you are well."
Thank you, Daniel. Good to see you likewise.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dan.
he says DS9 was way better because by then Roddenberry was gone and TBS Paramount were free to do darker things and more war.
Deep Space Nine was only still good because they still cared about Roddenberry's vision. They might have turned against it a little bit in some ways, but they always knew where their past was and paid respect to it, even when they were kind of bending the rules a bit.
Yeah.
So I still love Deep Space Nine for that. I don't think it was good just because Gene was gone. He was very much still in, even if he wasn't alive, he was still very much ingrained in the series because the people who made it knew who he was and what Star Trek should be.
And they still respected his vision. So, yeah, exactly, Jill.
Well, wasn't that?
Maybe not all the time. Ira Stephen Bear didn't always, but he
No, but
knew
the-
it.
the
He
thing,
understood it.
It was a
He
different
understood his
decade.
vision.
It wasn't the innocence of the 60s either, right? Deep Space Nine was in a different decade. So it made sense that it got a little bit darker, right? You know, at least
Yeah.
I always thought
It
so.
did.
Yeah. And Scurry here says it's great to see Lost in Space back. Yes,
Thank
it
you.
is.
Yes, it is. Glad to be
Yeah.
back.
It certainly is.
Yeah. And welcome, C4. He says, "Hello, everyone. Pop,
Hello,
Culture,
Cam.
Pop, Jill, Stone Racket, PvP, and Gorilla." And
Damn.
and Stone Racket, do you want to read this one?
Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. Lemon Pie says Stone Racket is here. How about them apples? Yeah. How about
There
them
you go.
apples?
Exactly.
Alrighty then. C4 here says, "Scurvy, howdy, my friend." Then he goes, "Danielle Taylor saying hi to everybody here." And Kev says, "Just stop by, say hello, drop a like. Have fun, everyone. Catch you later."
Take care.
Yeah, and Zombie Boss says, "Oh, girl, you in trouble." Yep, I know. That PvP's like C4. He goes, "I have, but skulls are leaky."
Oh,
That's a great answer, Campion.
that is good.
Everybody say hi to each other here. And Zombie says, "I Scurvy, how are you, Boo Boo?" Is Boo Boo like Boo but double?
Oh, Boo Boo Bear.
My mom used to call me Boo Boo when I was little after Boo Boo Bear, the yoga cartoon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says,
Did
"Yeah."
you like stealing picnic baskets?
Well, I
PvP?
was probably too tiny to steal
Yeah,
anything
too
at that
tiny.
point.
Yeah.
I was
And-
like,
and-
little kiddo.
Or you
Yeah.
could always go over other people picnicking and steal individual items from their picnic basket.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
lived out in the countryside though, so there
Yeah.
weren't too many picnickers around, unfortunately. But
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
And welcome, Sean Carter.
Hey,
Welcome.
Sean. Good to see you, Sean.
We're all caught
Hi,
up.
Sean.
Hey, so here, this scene here, it's they're actually bringing their romance out into the open now more.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked. How did that
Yeah.
happen?
There's even one scene where Professor Robinson puts his arm around June's shoulder.
Right. He says it's time for us to turn in, and he puts his arm on her shoulder, and
Oh,
she's very
wow.
happy about this.
hubba
Right.
hubba.
Boy, that's pretty racy stuff for Lost in Space.
I laughed so hard when I watched that. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
It
good
Wasn't
thing, though.
quite a hug.
Yeah,
So,
and
Not even a hug.
So Judy wants another offer. Hi Judy, this is Stone Racket speaking. I'll walk you around the planet.
Yes.
Yeah, you could imagine that would be a thing. I could understand that feeling. You kind of just have one option. All right. Yes, this is fine.
That was funny. Have her back by midnight. It's like, come on, don't you trust me
I'll
by
give
now?
you the keys to the chariot.
I
All
love
right,
that
Dad.
line. I love that line there.
That's funny. Actually, that whole scene was pretty good, actually, come to think of it.
A collection of condensers constantly underfoot. Claude-like
Oh,
collection.
Yeah.
poor robot.
Look at all that all the alliteration there, Jill.
Oh, alliteration is so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is well written, actually.
My sensors indicate the presence of aliens.
4 1/8 of them.
Oh boy.
But the disembodied head is called Billy Bones. Is that correct?
I believe it was
Yes.
supposed to be,
Well,
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And Jill,
Yeah.
where is that from? Billy Bones. Anybody?
Oh, that's Treasure Island. That's
You
got it.
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island. That's right. And you guys all have to watch the TNT production of Treasure Island with Charlton Heston as Long John Silver. And who played Billy Bones in that production? Oliver Reed.
Oh wow, that sounds
Yeah.
that
And of
sounds
course-
interesting.
Yeah, and of course
That's a
Billy
very
Bones.
good movie.
Yeah, Billy Bones. Give me the rum, damn ye.
Oh jeez. Well, they cast him well, I gotta say. Then
Yeah, it's an excellent movie.
And who played Jim Hawkins, their Pop?
That I don't remember. It's been too long.
Christian Bale.
Really?
Yeah, in the Charlton
Very
Heston.
cool.
Yeah, and Old Pew is played by Christopher Lee.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
That's
it
good,
was.
Dad.
Yeah, it was a really good production.
Yeah,
I was
sounds
very
good.
impressed with it.
Jeez. And that was a TV movie? Wow.
Yeah, it was on the TNT channel. They did some
Gosh.
literary adaptations,
So like
and
literary classics kind of thingy.
yeah, they did. They actually did Heart of Darkness, which was
Oh, jeez.
interesting. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
yeah, and it it's just very very strange. That wasn't quite as successful, but the Treasure Island production was wonderful, and I did snag it on DVD, so I do have a copy of
Nice.
it.
Yeah, Charlton Heston was a big fan of doing literary adaptations.
Yeah, he
So
did
good for
some.
him.
Yeah, he did some Sherlock Holmes too.
Yes, he did.
Uh huh.
He was very literate. He had his own library in his house.
You betcha. And I think if I remember right, the Treasure Island production was directed by his son, or at least in some capacity in the production.
Yes, Fraser
Mhm.
Heston. Yes.
You got it.
So I don't always have time to clip things, but this time I did. And
Yay.
I had to get this clip.
Yeah, that's
It's
great.
in the backstage.
Great line. That's a great line.
Oh,
I love it. The robot is like,
Yeah.
"Oh, one of these days.
One of these days.
they're both on screen here. Which one am I?
One of these days. Bang zoom to the
Yeah.
moon.
To the moon,
These
Smith.
days,
Oh,
one of
that's
these
what-
days, I'm going to forget all my built-in protective circuits and zap him. Just one zap.
Oh, I love that scene. That's good. Yeah.
But oh no, it's a violation of robotic laws to zap people.
That's of
Robot.
course. It's a reference to the honeymooners. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that.
That's why I
Radio.
had to get it. That's why I had to get it. Well, it is a violation. That's why he retracts it. He retracts
Yes.
that
Yeah.
statement instantly. But we can switch back to the slides now.
Okay.
Oh, you're making me work here, Jill.
Yep, you gotta click a button.
Yeah, you're asking an awful lot out of me. Yeah.
Anybody
So
think the design of the
this
box
is-
is really cool?
Yeah, it's stalking Dr. Smith. You think
I
the design
thought it
is
was
cool?
It was really well designed, though, the way they put it together. I thought the box looked really awesomely cool, actually.
Not
It
just
says-
cool, but awesomely cool.
Good
It
evening.
was kind of really creepy, just like the skull
Yeah.
inside was creepy, right? So
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
had
that's-
a thought.
That's a good design for sure. You got it.
Yeah. And hey, Pickles.
Hello,
LDG,
LDG.
there
Hey,
you
LDG.
are.
Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well.
Glad to see you, LDG. I heard you were missing. Glad to see you're not.
So LDG must have escaped, and he's still with us. Then it sounds like good stuff.
Yeah.
Escaped his captors.
Yeah, he had to go fight an alligator there.
Oh dear.
Oh no!
So this Billy Bones, how did it get in the ship, or did we see?
It well, no, we didn't see, but later on we find out that the box can teleport.
Oh yeah.
So like
teleport.
everything else, everybody and everything can teleport except for the Robinsons. That's one
Yeah.
of the rules of Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Anybody think it was a bit strange, though, that the Robinsons are all standing there looking at this thing, and they're not really too
Yeah.
worried about it?
But it's like kind of funny though that they blamed Will, but like when has Will ever played a prank that mean?
It
Yeah.
really doesn't. That's a good point. That's
Yeah.
that's how they think. They suspect the box is there because of Will playing a joke.
Yeah. And hey there, Nemesis.
He does kind of play jokes on Penny sometimes, but that's different. Brothers and sisters.
Not cruel
always do
jokes.
that.
But
Yeah,
they're
Nemesis,
more
you're
innocent jokes.
Good to see you, Nemesis. Glad you could make it.
Hi, Nemesis. But I just thought this was one scene I found kind of puzzling, because you think when something, strange shows up in the Jupiter 2, they might like be a little like cautious, but it's like they don't even seem to be worried about it.
Nope, it's just one of the weird things they found on the planet, and
Yeah.
Dr. Smith is, always getting weird stuff.
Yeah, that was one scene I had a bit of a problem with, actually. And, it seems like it's a trope in season 2 where they don't believe Will, like, a lot of the time about anything. And,
Yeah, that's outrageous.
that's all.
That's something that's been going on since season 1. It just
Really?
gets
No, but it
amplified.
didn't seem as
into-
bad in season 1, Jill. Like, it didn't seem as bad. It seems like it's gotten worse in season 2. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just my interpretation. I'm not sure.
I'd say more prevalent.
I agree.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
And look, Jill, the robot parrot.
There's the parrot. Yeah.
He's cool. He can teleport too.
It's back from season 1, and we can see him in color now.
That is cool.
In color. He looks the same color.
Well, his eyes are lighting up different. I don't know.
That's true.
But
No, you're right. He's
more
got
silvery.
yellow eyes.
Yeah.
More silvery.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's pretty cool the way they put the parrot together, I gotta say.
Yeah, that's what I remember from the first season episode. I remember the parrot. But Albert Salmi, he started appearing in a lot of westerns and even the Kung Fu pilot. And he was always spitting tobacco, every role. And so my older brother and I called him Tobacco Spit Man, because it's like, it was a little quirk that he did in every Western role that he had on television, it seemed like to us. And there he is, Albert.
Bert is a cynic.
Yeah, Will's happy to see him. For some reason.
Well, if you're being so honest, how come you were all tied up?
Well, I guess Will's thinking back to when he met him the first time, and he said didn't he say he was going to change his ways and try and be a better person or whatever? And
no, he didn't actually. The last thing he did was like, Will was like, "Let me come with you," and because Will really wanted to be a pirate, and so Tucker realized.
I were a victim of evil companions.
And Tucker realized that Will shouldn't want to be a pirate, so he dissolved him of that notion by saying, "Oh, I'm not really a pirate. I'm just a good for nothing thief who was abducted from my family and sent to space."
You got a good memory, Jill.
No, I didn't. I rewatched that scene today because I was like, I really want to remember what this was.
Oh,
yeah, I should have done that too.
Jill did her homework and then some. Excellent.
Extracurricular homework, like
yeah.
Because I was kind of confused about why Will was so happy, because I remember Will being upset at the end of the last episode.
Okay.
Can we catch up on chats? We got a lot of them.
Oh, wow.
For sure.
Good idea.
All right. Zombie Ball says, "I call everyone boo boo. It's by way of being friendly, lol." Then she says, "I have no problem with it. I get called a lot of things. Oh yeah, I call you a lot of things too, Scurvy." Yeah, saying hi. Scurvy says, "Just don't call me Collect." Oh man, that's an old reference.
Pi still has landline.
Wait, what's landline?
Stone Racket still has a landline.
Bell tone.
Yeah. What's this landline you guys speak of? And Zombie says that's a good one, Scurvy.
Gorilla, would your son know how to use a dial phone?
A dial phone? Like, are you talking about the old rotary phones?
Lemon Pie. Jill.
I'll do the rotary. I'll see if I can get the rotary challenge.
Yeah,
for you.
try to find somebody around who's got to have one of those phones. Try and get them to do it.
Lemon Pie says Jill doesn't always have time to create clips, but when she does, she drinks Dos Equis.
Dos Equis.
Man, I really love Dos Equis.
Well, are you familiar with those commercials?
I am.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Jill is the most interesting woman in the world.
And I don't always drink beer, but when I do.
When I do. Yeah, lemon
All
pie
right.
to the moon. It's like,
Yeah.
Alice, to the moon. That's all he
Hey.
had to say sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know always drink beer, but what I do, it's usually the cheap stuff or when I get it for free.
Oh yeah, that is the best. That is the best kind of beer. Free beer.
Free.
Oh, free or cheap?
Both.
No, makes me kind of want a Michelob now, or wherever I got in the fridge. And Pickle says, "Hey y'all," and of course, Dr. Smith has one of those sleeping caps. He has those in every episode.
Yep, he's got the old-fashioned night cap and night shirt. And
He does.
it's like, where'd that come from? The Robinsons certainly didn't pack that.
It's like something out of a Christmas Carol or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's like, wait a minute, what century are we in?
Yeah, and
Hey,
Nemesis says, "Hail, you beautiful beings! Hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing well yourself, there,
All fine
Nemesis."
Nemesis has some great late night streams.
Yeah,
Check it out.
and thank you, Scurvy, for putting links in. And everybody's just say hi to each other here.
Hello, everybody.
Sean Carter says, "So I was with my cousin last night who worked in the industry. Turns out he worked on Lost in Space. Told me 2 stories. One which I can't relate in the chat. Hey,
Wow.
boy.
Sean, you have me on Twitter. Let's get this gossip circle going.
You could always, oh man, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, send us the story. Well, you got, I'm guessing 4 of us in the group that want to hear it.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, the one I can relate is he was driving an actress, some red home dealing woman, as far as he could remember, from makeup to the soundstage. They were in the convertible. Well, a gust of wind blew. And it completely blew her top off. She didn't even cover up.
Wow.
Oh, he did say that Marta Kristen gave him a big fat wet sloppy kiss on the last day before he had to leave to go to Vietnam.
Wow.
Well,
lucky guy.
Well, I guess that's one way to say thank you for your service.
Oh, gorilla, that's good.
Yeah.
The fact he's here to tell us about it even better.
That sounds great.
Wow. I wonder what Sean Carter is getting at here.
Yeah, the story I cannot relate in live chat is when he delivered a script to one of the cast's hotel rooms, and let's leave it. Hey, we want the juicy details on X there, Sean, then.
Yeah.
Definitely not family hour kind of stuff.
Very enticing.
I would have to say, since it's one of the casts, and he already had the anecdote about Marta, I think it's the same person, Marta.
So it's like Lost in Space After Dark kind of situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hubba.
Already starting the rumors.
Ooh la la. That could be like Jim Carrey in The Masker when he sees that one gal singing on stage there.
Yeah, that's Tex Avery inspired stuff for sure, with the eyes popping out and whatnot.
All right, it says, are you saying my references are dated? Why, the other day I sent a letter via autogyro to the Prussian consulate in He goes, I can neither confirm nor deny, but I sent it to you and girl. All right, thank you.
Oh boy. So this sounds like unsubstantiated rumor, possibly then.
Well, supposedly it's based on this guy's experience that worked
Yeah.
on the show. So
Yeah.
So Sean's
All
not
right.
taking any responsibility.
Yeah, that's all.
He's not
That's all
gonna,
the chat.
not gonna say it's total truth. Okay.
anyway, I'll read a little more from the Cushman book.
Okay.
This was director Harry Harris's 5th episode for Lost in Space. He had also directed 2 episodes of The Time Tunnel, and still had a few episodes of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea to go, to reach a total of 12. Interesting. But regarding his professional relationship with Alan, Harry Harris said, "We fought a lot, but we made up a lot. And we didn't fight in terms of that we didn't like each other so much as we were always at odds about the way I did it and the way it should be done and the way he wanted it. Irwin had the concepts, and as director, you had to carry out whatever Irwin wanted. So I did get along with him to the point of being able to work with him all those years. You know, there were a lot of times when I said, well, I don't want to work with him anymore. It's not worth it. But I always went back." So he's sucker for punishment or something.
Clearly.
Well, I guess if he
Must have
figured
liked
they
something about it.
And then
make
Harry
it work,
Harris,
though.
yeah, Harry Harris would continue working for Alan with 24 episodes of Land of the Giants, the pilot for Swiss Family Robinson, and a miniseries based on Alice in Wonderland.
How many episodes of Land of the Giants did he do? Like the whole series or something?
He did 24. That's almost a whole season, because I think
Gotta be, because there's
I
only
think
26.
yeah,
isn't
at
there?
that time it was around 26, but it could have been a whole season of 24, because sometimes they would just do 24, but that's
Yeah,
incredible.
because it didn't Land of the Giants only go one season?
It's
Unless
2 years. It lasted 2 years.
Oh, okay. So maybe he did like half the show or something.
Yeah,
Wow,
he
that's
did.
a lot.
That's basically, yeah, it's almost one whole season.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's interesting. They
That
kept
must have been
going.
exhausting actually to keep doing it for a whole year.
Yeah,
basically a whole year, pretty much.
you know, like with Star Trek, reading the behind the scenes, you know, they had certain group of directors, and they would rotate
Oh
and
yeah.
do alternate, you know, and that makes sense to me. So one director isn't burnt out, but doing 24, I wonder how many in a row he did. It's like,
Yeah, I could
I'll have
take a
to look
at
into that. It's probably
Yeah.
across 2 seasons, maybe not too bad, but
Yeah,
that's a heck of a lot of episodes.
that is a lot.
Yeah, well, that is quite a few for him to direct. Yes, indeed.
Huh.
And so
Albert. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Albert?
Yeah.
What about Albert?
Albert Salmi returned to play Alonzo B. Tucker, first seen in The Space Pirate from season 1. He was 37
Mhm.
and had just played a pirate for Irwin Allen in Dead Men's Doubloons, an episode of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. With close to 200 film and TV roles in a career that spanned the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, Salmi was usually cast as outdoorsmen, thugs, and bandits.
Well, you were saying how you saw him on TV.
Yeah, in the 70s, it seemed like every Western role, he was spitting tobacco. It's like, my older brother and I just were disgusted by that. That's one memory I have of Salmi. But Salmi stepped into the Twilight Zone 3 times, including twice in the lead for Execution, in which a scientist saves him from a hanging by bringing him forward in time from the days of America's Old West, and for Of Late, I Think of Cliffordville, as an aging tycoon who makes a deal with the devil to go back in time to visit his youth. Salmi had been a regular for one season of Daniel Boone as Yadkin. Billy Mooney said, Albert Salmi came back in the second season. I loved working with him. I felt he was great. He was one of my very favorite guest stars, and I thought he and I had really good chemistry together. As an actor, I really enjoyed working with him. Yeah, that episode of late, I think, of Cliffordville, of the Twilight Zone. That was an hour-long episode. Who played the devil, PvP?
Oh, I can't remember. I haven't seen those episodes in a long time. Might have
Julie
been 20 years.
Newmar,
Really?
Catwoman. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay, now I had no clue. I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah,
Wow.
before she was Catwoman, she was the devil in.
Yeah, now you need to go back and watch it.
I gotta
Yeah,
say, though,
it's been ages since I've seen that one. Usually the hour-long ones don't really interest me. There's a few that are really good. The
That-
first
yeah.
one, oh, I can't think of the title. It's about a robot duplicate. Oh, I can't think of it, but
gosh, I don't remember it.
yeah, I don't remember that one. That was a good one. And Death Ship with Jack Klugman and can't think of his name.
That's the thing. Like that was fourth season, right? When they went to the hour.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are the ones I've watched the least, which is why I don't remember most of them very clearly. Because
Death Ship had Jack Klugman and Ross Martin and a third actor. I can't think.
Ross
But
Martin
yeah,
from Wild Wild West.
Yeah, that's a good. It's a good episode. That one is a winner for sure. That's one of my favorites.
By the way, I just looked up Harry Harris on the
Uh-huh.
Land of the Giants, and it was spread out his contribution over the 2 seasons, thankfully.
Okay. Yeah.
He didn't work himself into a coma. But
Really?
but get this though, I'd say between Harry Harris, the other main director on the 2 seasons was Sobey Martin, which he probably directed just about as many.
Yeah,
And
he
I'd
directed
say,
a lot.
yeah, between the two of them, they probably directed, I'm guessing, like 80% of the Land of the Giants. Because there's a few other names thrown in here on the list, but Harry Harris and Sobey Martin definitely dominate the series pretty thoroughly. So, yeah. Like, it's incredible. Like, between the two of them, they directed most of the episodes of that series. It's unreal, really.
Yeah.
I see occasional, like, Nathan Jurin pops up once in a while, and Harmon Jones directed one, whoever he is. I don't remember his name. But yeah, it's pretty almost Harris and Martin totally for most of that series. Amazing.
Now, in this slide,
Yes.
I'm sure Jill is admiring Albert Salmi's curly hair, aren't you, Jill?
Well, yes. Not only that, but
Yeah.
also Captain Tucker is is trying to convince Will that Will made him change his ways, and now he's no longer a pirate.
Albert Salmi talked about having a bad hair day to a 20th Century Fox PR person for a newspaper filler piece, which turned up in January, in the January 22nd, 1967 edition of Indiana's The Indianapolis Star. The anonymous writer said, strapping Albert Salmi, who is more than 6 feet tall, somewhat shamefacedly admits he reports to women's makeup to have his hair curled. The curly locks are for his return role as burly Captain Tucker in the Treasure of the Lost Planet segment of Irwin Allen's production Lost in Space. Salmi said, because I play a pirate, I have to have my hair curly to denote the typical buccaneer of old, even in outer space. It does present some problems, however. On the way home from the studio at night, I try not to stop too long at traffic signals. In fact, the light is red. I may go around the block.
Okay. That's kind of strange, but okay.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't
oh
quite get it,
dear,
really.
he had to report to the women's makeup at 20th Century Fox. Oh
But who's
dear.
gonna know how he could have naturally curly hair. I mean, the guy in the next car is not gonna care, right? Like, that's hilarious. Actually,
He's like, oh, that's an
Hey,
affront. It's
one of
an
my-
affront to my masculinity. I've got to go around the block and hide.
one of my best buddies in my teenage and 20s. He would always get a perm, right, to get his hair curly. So he wasn't ashamed to have curly hair. So that's quite a story.
I had no idea he was self-conscious about his wardrobe.
I mean, he's, it fits the role perfectly, and I mean, You know, he's
Yeah,
he's
I
he's
never
perfect.
questioned it.
Yeah, he's perfect in this role. I mean, you can't deny that. So
No,
whatever it
but
takes, Albert, for the art. Remember, whatever.
but here are his crew. He says he's not
Oh,
going to do their bidding, their evil bidding, or whatever. But of course, he's lying to Will because he wants to impress Will because he wants Will to like him.
yeah.
So you're saying he's not actually an evil pirate at heart. He actually cares.
No, he's a pirate. He's always meant to be a pirate, but he cares about Will. I think he's only good. I believe he's only good in the presence of Will.
Who's
Okay.
calling who a blind guppy?
A blind
Oh,
guppy.
them's fighting words, big time.
I gotta say, there's some really good dialogue in this episode. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I had guppies as a kid, actually. You know,
Where's
guppies, the little
Billy
fishies.
Bones? He's probably drinking the rum.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Oliver Reed. You have to see him as Billy Bones in that production. He's awesome.
Oh, boy.
And the thing is, it impressed. I showed that. I had taped it off of TNT, and I showed it to my younger brother. And the next Halloween, he dressed up as Billy Bones.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
You had an effect on
Could
him.
hardly recognize him. He had a lot of, a beard and a lot of heavy makeup to make him
That's
look
great.
older.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and he's like, "Give me the rum, damn ye!" Alonzo B. Tucker reporting aboard, sir.
Yeah, and nobody seems worried that Alonzo has been invited to the Jupiter 2 and is going to stay the night.
But then Dr. Smith, good heavens! And then Pop's dog also objects to Tucker being on the Jupiter 2. No, that's okay.
I think they just
perfect timing. Yeah,
the presence of Dr. Smith here. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
I think PvP is right. I think it is Dr. Smith after all.
They do have a tradition though of letting strange
that
people
shot
on
of Tucker. He's sleeping like a baby.
Oh boy.
This is how we learn that the box can teleport.
It said it was whirring there.
Billy
Jill.
Bones.
Billy Bones.
Billy Bones. Billy.
You know, I love
Tucker will take it away for Dr. Smith because it's been haunting Dr. Smith, and Dr. Smith doesn't understand why.
Well, Smith is frightened by the skull box, but once again, he dug it up, and like every other episode, he digs something up, and he never seems to realize maybe he should stop doing that.
Right, as we've learned from watching the show, Dr. Smith tends to be a little afraid of the paranormal.
And also, he doesn't see the immediate value of things. He just thinks, oh this is a creepy box following me around.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
another good line. Another good line.
Well, if it is an old
Iron Pants.
I gotta say, there's some great dialogue in this one.
Yeah. Old Iron Pants. Like, well, look, he's got iron feet, but his legs, I believe, are rubber.
Yeah.
This is the second time in this episode that the robot is inciting violence.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I'm evaluating your potential for dangerous activity before deciding to destroy you.
Oh dear. Such violence, robot. Take a shot at me. Go ahead. Take a shot. I dare you. I double dare you.
That's a cheeky parrot.
Oh my goodness, he does. He did he said the triple dog dare, and the robot couldn't turn away.
That's one thing different I find in season 2, because in season 1 the robot did zap things at times, and he was quite good at it back in season 1, right? Like he really could be dangerous. but he doesn't seem to be so successful at it in season 2, unfortunately.
It's like Star Trek when the writers kept forgetting that Spock could have a Vulcan neck pinch.
Oh dear.
Did they? Wow, when was that?
Oh yeah, season 3. A lot of times in
I'll
season
have
3.
to.
Yeah,
I'll
she
have to.
has.
I'll have to think of that next time I watch season 3, Jill. I'll have to look out for neck pinch time. But they did have a lot of different writers in season 3, so yeah. Yeah, not the great writers we had in the first 2 seasons, that's for sure. Well, for the most part. We still had DC Fontana show up and, a few great writers.
A little bit. But she
Yeah,
wasn't
we had
script consultant anymore.
yeah. We did get Lee Cronin, otherwise known as Gene L. Coon. He wrote Spectre of the Gun for the 3rd season.
One of my favorites.
Right. And DC Fontana wrote under the names of her brothers.
Right. Michael Richards. Not Kramer, but
well, DC wrote the one with the Romulan commander, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great
Enterprise
episode.
Incident.
Enterprise Incident. Yep.
Yeah, Spectre and Enterprise Incident are
I
my
was thinking
favorites.
Balance of Terror where you say Romulan Commander.
Yeah, that's first season. That's Paul Schneider that wrote that one.
Yeah, we were trying to think of good writers still left around in season 3 there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But apparently Dr. Smith is so much like Billy Bones.
Billy Bones?
That the head, instead of a pirate's treasure map, you have this head that points in the direction of the treasure. And this head seems to be fooled into thinking that Smith is Billy Bones. Just like, just like in that Star Trek episode where the space probe thinks that Kirk is Roy Kirk.
You are the Kirk.
You are the creator.
Right. Yeah. Think music. Oh dear.
Uh-oh, poor Uhura. Oh jeez.
A human who matches Billy Bones' traits one by one.
Yeah, there's no one as big a liar and as greedy a glutton as
Billy Bones.
So that's just right on the head. It's adorable.
He be one of the crew of the Jupiter 2. And we'll all share in the treasure. Famous last words.
Well, and nobody trusts Tucker at this point. His crew doesn't trust him.
Now does
maybe only Will does. Only Will trusts him.
As far as Tucker's mutinous crew or whatever, does the fuzzy one with horns, does that make any sound?
He makes sound, but he doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk, of course.
Is the one fuzzy one? Is he the one? The actor that is always portraying the aliens?
Oh, Dawson Palmer, or I think his name is that right?
Oh, I can't remember. I thought he had like a more.
Yes, that's correct, Dawson Palmer.
Was he in the suit, Pop? I'll have to.
Didn't check that particular thing, but
yeah, I'm
looking.
I'm looking here in the book if they have a reference to.
It seems like it would be the same fellow that's usually
let's
the
see.
aliens pretty much all the time, actually.
Yeah, he usually does.
Sorry, I was a little distracted.
Smith wants to drop it into a radioactive lava pit because it won't quit following him.
Well, I really can't blame him there.
I like how its main line is always "good evening," even if it's like the middle of the day, morning. It doesn't matter what time.
That makes me think of Alfred Hitchcock on his show.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, that was a great series. Yeah.
The only thing with the only problem with that is that Hitchcock only accepted stories that had been already published. So everything was
Really?
based on. So he didn't want original teleplays, which was like what?
Do you think he had to pay less money that way?
No, it was just he just felt that particular writer's best work would be what was already published, and that's like, well, wait a minute, you got Richard Matheson, you got Robert Bloch, they can do original teleplays.
It seems a bit short-sighted of him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Jill, were
But
you going to say something?
Oh, no. I just wanted to talk about how the robot has finally figured out that the metallic head is a doodle bug. But Will's like, look, a lot of good that helps me with
a
what's
doodle bug,
bug?
electronic, but definitely a doodle bug. Okay.
Hey, talking about doodle bugs, can we catch up on just a couple chats here?
Good idea. Thank you.
All right, see, Sean says, I sent it to Pop 2. You can share it
Oh,
just out in public.
that's the definition of a doodle bug.
Yeah, it's
Let's
something
see
that will lead one to the presence of water, oil, or other treasure.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and let's see, Matt's laughing. And Scurvy says he got his hair did. I'm guessing
He
dyed.
did. No. Lemon Pie said it correctly. He got his hair did is correct.
All right, so that's all the chess.
I mean, all they had to do is just use dippity do, right, Pop?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the famous, perm, product for curly, permanent type stuff for women. Dippity do.
What was the slogan for that? Little dippity do will do you, or something like that?
Well, yeah, that's Brill cream.
Okay, well, it's been a long time since I heard the ad, so
yeah,
guys, right?
Yeah, remember Pop? Remember the Brill cream where the woman came out of the tube?
Yes.
And that was pretty racy because it would show the tube of Brill cream, of course, a giant prop, and a woman kind of very sensuous movements coming out of the tube, and then it cuts to life size, and she's romancing the guy that's using the Brill cream. It's like, okay, where's the wife? It's like
it's a good one. I never thought of it quite that way.
Yeah, I was that I always was. It's quite interesting seeing that as a 5-year-old child. It's like,
I gotta say, as a '60s kid, my mother was religious, like having me smear the bro cream on every morning, and it was not a good idea in the '60s because I was the greasy fat kid that everybody loved to pick on back then. So
oh dear.
I don't have fond memories of Brill cream, to be honest.
Yeah, the only time, and there was an old tube of Brill cream in the medicine cabinet. So my pop must have used it back in the day, but for 50s day in junior high, I used it to be a greaser.
Exactly.
And,
50s made sense.
Wore a leather jacket, wraparound shades, and I had this 1/4-inch chain link, over my shoulder.
So you're talking like a Fonzie kind of situation.
Well, it was, Happy Days was on at that time, but I was a little more dangerous than the Fonz, I thought. But
yeah, I never thought the Fonz was that dangerous, actually.
Well, remember the Fonz, real quick. The network, ABC was so nervous they didn't want him originally in a leather jacket, so he was in a cloth jacket.
Oh,
was it corduroy, wasn't it?
Yeah, something. No, I don't know if it's corduroy. It may have been at one time. I just remember this kind of pale blue cloth jacket he was wearing. It was like, what? And then, of course, they gave in, got the leather jacket, which should have done it all along.
I'm trying to.
Give me the box or I'll slither your gizzard.
Okay, so this is the funny part of the episode because this happens, this big tense moment of chasing of Will and Dr. Smith occurs.
Uh-oh.
And then cutscene, we don't explain how Will and Dr. Smith ran away, got away, but they do. They escape. We don't know if we didn't see the robot. The robot was there. We didn't see the robot electrocute the lizard guy. So I guess Will and Dr. Smith are faster than the lizard guy. That's the only explanation.
Maybe he's related to the Gorn since he's a lizard guy, right? So maybe he's slow moving.
Sure.
I'm
Let's
just
go with
guessing.
that.
He's one of them there lizard guys.
I don't know. Did he have?
That's the best explanation I
a
could
name?
think of, Jill. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't really give any. They didn't give species names to these creatures. But
And of course, Smith is going out in the middle
Smith
of the night.
knows it's treasure now. Now that he knows it's treasure, he no
Ugh.
longer wants to destroy the box.
And he doesn't care about his safety because his greed overtakes him. And gosh, look at this guy. Well, you should have stayed in the Jupiter 2 there, Smith.
Right. John says everybody needs to stay at the Jupiter 2. Nobody listens.
Even the robot's kind of clueless here. He's like, oh,
Well, the robot he thinks he's malfunctioning this entire episode, and he's doing all sorts of diagnostic tests and everything on himself.
oh,
that
that's right.
I'm really not going into, which is
That's
why, of course,
true.
you must watch this episode if you haven't seen it before.
Which reminds me, if you haven't done so, please take the opportunity to vote in the poll. Let us know what you guys think about this episode. Hit the like button if you feel so inclined. And maybe sub to my channel if you haven't done that.
There's a bit of a good... No, it's okay. You didn't kill the conversation. It is important to vote.
Yeah.
But I wanted to look up the script because Captain Tucker mentioned something about Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith is the way he is, and he's gonna go. You know, you let them go sailing onto their just deserts, and so it's a bit of a good character moment.
Somebody's got a mic problem.
Maybe
What?
Dr. Smith is all these things.
It's Gorilla. There's a lot of static in your mic.
Is that better?
No.
Huh.
Still. Yeah.
All I know is he's my friend, and I gotta go help him.
Oh, hey. The little furry guy with the horns is growling. That's a sound.
I want to say hello to Herc.
And that's Dawson Palmer with the horns.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was asking earlier. We were thinking it was Dawson Palmer.
Yeah.
And yeah, already.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah, well
Bob.
done, guys.
Yeah, welcome, Herc.
Hello, Herc. Good to see you.
Herc 130.
Welcome.
And is Euler Greg out there?
Are we seeing you tonight?
Haven't seen him yet. Is the static on yet?
Nope. Still
No,
bad.
you
He's
still have
breaking up.
static.
I'll
Yeah.
back out and try it again.
Yeah, Euler Greg and his giant spiders.
So the guy with the fuzzy hair here is going, my friends think I'm good looking. I thought that was hilarious, that line, actually.
Now, which one is saying that? The green guy?
No, I think it's the fuzzy guy in the middle there.
Oh, that guy. My
The
friend.
guy that badly needs a haircut, you know.
Yeah, get a haircut, you hippie.
Get a haircut, yeah.
This one, everybody can understand what this one is saying except for us.
Oh, the one with the horns?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Kind of makes me think of Chewbacca.
Is that better?
Pretty similar.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
Oh,
no.
it's still breaking up.
Still a little bit there, Gorilla.
Oh, is it just choppy, or is it actually you're getting a buzzing sound?
You get a crackle every once in a while. It crackles too a bit.
Yeah.
Snap, crackle, pop. Rice Krispies.
That's exactly what Smith is doing every single time he wakes up. He passes back out. He snaps. He passes back out. He pops. Snaps.
Are you saying Dr. Smith should have been, like some kind of a cereal brand there, Jill? Okay,
You
I'm
mean
being
he
silly.
wasn't?
I'm being silly.
Yeah, he should have been. In the ads for Rice Krispies.
I don't know how would you promote?
Do you
him in a
remember PvP?
snack
Did you ever see the commercials with for Quaker Oats instant oatmeal with Elizabeth Montgomery and Dick York?
Oh, if I did, it's been so long. I
Yeah,
don't remember that.
where of course she uses instant oatmeal and Darren's like, "Did you use your witchcraft again?" It's like, no, instant oatmeal.
Well, that's actually pretty good marketing, I gotta say.
And then Cheerios with the Munsters.
Yeah, I think I might vaguely remember that, but
it's like,
a long time.
Give your pop Cheerios and maybe he'll play catch with you. And of course, Herman throws Eddie up and he goes through the floor and the ceiling.
It's not the exact type of catch you were expecting. I don't think I saw that. That sounds great, though. I bet those they're probably all on YouTube somewhere. I'm guessing.
I know they one of the Munster. It was on VHS. It's kind of a bootleggy kind of thing, but they had that. They had that ad on one of the VHS tapes that I got.
Wow, that's
back
cool.
in the day. That had it had kind of. It was the first time I saw the unsold pilot, but it was in black and white. It was actually filmed in color, and they had some behind the scenes, a few bloopers and that kind of thing. So it was kind of a bootleg kind of thing.
Did they put the unsold pilot out on the DVDs or Blu-ray?
Oh, you got it. Yeah, it's 15 minutes and in color.
It's everywhere. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere now.
Oh, it's everywhere now. Okay.
Oh, I'll have to get that one of these.
Yeah, the makeup for Herman is different, and when he first appears, it's interesting. It's worth a look. But they redid it as a full episode in the black and white first season.
Yeah, you can see where Grandpa and Herman's makeup was a little different, but they tweaked it with the series.
Yeah, and Grandpa's nose is long. He had a nose extension and stuff.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Anyway.
But the guy the kid that they had for Eddie was just awful, absolutely awful.
True.
And the kid's name was Happy something, right, Pa?
Really?
Happy.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, it was just horrid, absolutely horrid. And then I can't think of who played Lily, but she looked a lot like Morticia Addams would look in the Addams Family series. And so she was recast, of course, with Yvonne DiCarlo.
Sounds like the recast was a good thing then.
Oh, the recast on both the Lily and Eddie were it was good that they did that.
All this from mentioning cereal.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
No, this is all. No, it was awesome. I just love how you can. Remember
all I can say, Captain Crunch. Oh, excuse me. All I can say, Captain, is I'm very disappointed in you.
No, Jill. Jill, when you get a couple of old guys reminiscing about the past, it's gonna happen, Jill.
Especially when you get me in PvP, it's like,
Yeah, we start.
Yeah,
start
my apologies. My apologies.
No, don't apologize. I'm impressed. You guys can remember all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's scary with the useless stuff that I remember.
The scary thing is, I can remember stuff I forgot that I remembered like 40 years ago, and then suddenly I remember it. That's the really weird part.
Be careful, that could be Alzheimer's. And Gorilla's back.
Gorilla.
Better?
Gorilla, you sound way better.
Yes, way better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So far, so good, Gorilla.
Sounds good. Anyway, Jill, I'm guessing Jill's itching to read something here.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say Will is disappointed.
Yeah.
That Tucker lied to him. That's all I wanted to say.
Poor Will.
Because
Will,
aliens are
won't you
infected.
ever learn that you just can't trust them? They're aliens.
Well,
At
such
least
a
not this one.
Not this
such
one
a
anyway.
such a
Now maybe the one
happy-go-lucky
with the horns he can trust, huh?
So, the Billy Bub Doodle Bug sends them all over the place,
Yeah.
and this is kind of almost a darker episode of Lost in Space because at least 2 of the aliens are eliminated.
Spoilers. No.
Well, it's going to happen like in a couple of seconds. Unless we want to sit around and wonder what it means to drink slug and make sleemouth, because they never tell us what that means.
Sleemouth.
I'm guessing
Slug.
it's not good. I'm guessing.
Now, wasn't there a drink from was it the first season where it was Groog?
Gosh, I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Groog. Oh, instead of grog? Yeah, see that
Yeah, it
makes
was
sense.
Groog.
Groog.
And Smith ends up drinking it. I can't remember what episode that was, but I just remember
Oh, jeez.
Groog. It's like, okay.
Yes, you're right. They were mentioned in an earlier episode.
And the
Okay.
girls are told to get the guns for themselves. They need to arm themselves.
All right, the women pack heat.
We don't see it, but they do.
Oh, I want to see Maureen, Judy, and Penny all packing heat.
Me too.
By the way, have you noticed Penny basically disappears from this episode
Yeah.
after the first bit? Like, it's like she
Poor
vaporized
Penny.
and went somewhere else or something.
I wonder if she might have gotten ill. Don't know. I'm looking throughout the book here, and I don't see anything that refers to her being absent. But
Well, the first part was from the last episode before, was it not? Like, so they reused that scene, obviously. So she must have been away entirely for this episode, I'm guessing.
Well, I thought besides the teaser, I thought she was in just in one of the early scenes with the family. That was it. So I think she is. I think she is in an actual proper scene from the episode. But I'm just going. I didn't watch this, but I'm just going by Jill's slides. What I remember.
I'm guessing she couldn't have been like more than one day, like paid.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
You know.
So I wonder. I wonder if Angela had another gig.
She really was just in as far as speaking role in the teaser.
Oh, okay.
So was she in anything else but the teaser, Jill?
She was standing around and just the last scene.
Standing around.
She wasn't just. She wasn't. Oh no! Wait, she's not there.
Okay.
Where is she?
Yeah.
I thought she was here. No, you're right. I think you're right. She does disappear, but I don't know when.
Yeah, I don't remember in this episode much at all, really.
She takes at the beginning of the episode, she takes the doodle bug outside.
Doodle bug. That's funny.
It is. Billy Bones is doodle bug. Well, it's funny until it starts offing the cast. The guest star. The first victim is the horned alien, and I kind of liked him.
The furry alien.
And he says, "Too bad, too bad."
All he needed, Jill, was a little hug.
You know what? Probably true.
Or maybe a good hairdresser to give him a trim, like
this
something like that.
This is where they explain that Billy Bones comes from Beetlejuice. They pronounce it weird.
Oh, they did it 3 times, did they?
Yeah, they mispronounce a lot of things, don't they?
They do.
And who else comes from Beetlejuice? They're PvP in sci-fi. I know Jill knows.
You're talking about Beetlejuice?
No, sci-fi, not. If it doesn't Zaphod Beeblebrox, isn't that right, Jill?
Oh, the guy in oh jeez, How could am I
Hitchhiker's
forgetting
Guide to the
Hitchhikers?
Galaxy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's.
yeah. He was like
That sounds right.
Beetlejuice, Beelzebub, or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
His
that's
strange
right.
name.
Yeah, you got it.
I remember the
Well
PBS
remembered.
series in the 70s where he had two heads, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
That's what I remember too.
Yeah,
That was
it's from.
fun.
It was from the.
watching
It
that.
was actually from the 80s.
Hmm.
BBC, the BBC production.
Was it that late? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was
Well,
the early 80s. It was very Doctor Who kind of quality effects.
Oh, it was
the
very
first,
very
But it
low
was-
budget, but
but
was
it was
fun.
still charming, you
Well, the
know.
writing was good, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
it was the radio play came first, and that
Radio.
was in the late 70s.
Radio
And then
Jill.
when did you do the book? Was that after the radio play or before?
It was after the radio play.
Really? Wow, interesting.
So apparently, in Beetlejuice, it is a very rich planet full of silver and gold and jewels. And Will has a very logical notion. If Billy Bones comes from a place that has all those things, why would he covet those things that mean nothing on his world?
Huh.
Interesting.
Right?
Well, if they have all that, I want to go there and pick up all this common stuff. No, jewels and gold.
Yeah,
and
it's not
silver
valuable to them, so they won't mind.
Yeah.
They wipe their butts with it.
I'm just
Oh,
wondering-
Jill.
Yeah, it's kind of
just
like
wondering. I was just thinking, why doesn't Smith want to go to this planet? Like, he should be like just raring to go, right?
it's just like that DS9 episode. It's filled with just worthless gold. With the one with the 1,000 bricks of gold pressed platinum.
Oh yeah, Deep Space Nine. Yes.
Well, it's
Right.
only it depends on the rarity of any substance to determine its value, right? If it's common, then I guess it has little value.
That's exactly
Well-
why gold
well-
wasn't valuable in Star Trek, because you could replicate it.
Hmm.
Yeah, gold was replicatable, but platinum wasn't. They just put the platinum inside the gold.
Or inside the Morn.
Yeah.
And so this is our second. Wait, actually, this is the first alien to be. Oh, okay, I had it wrong. The guy with the horns is the second one to be.
Yeah, the little green fellow, he's
Taken
gone
away.
first.
The lizard
dear.
is on first.
Where's the hippie? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's still there. He's the only survivor, because at the end he's like, "I'm not digging anything. You guys dig."
I gotta
it's-
say, he's a pretty bad captain. I wouldn't want to be in his crew, and he's allowing his
Yeah.
men to just, die off.
Hey, he's only at 40% losses. It's considered an acceptable rate.
He's not trying to get his crew killed. It's Billy Bones who is misdirecting. He somehow.
Yeah, but he knew that the traps were
Listen.
there. He knew the traps were there.
Wait,
because he
did
said-
he? When was that
Yeah, I guess
established
it-
that he knew about the traps?
He said, "Oh, good old Billy Bones, bound to leave a couple traps for us there people to keep them out." He made that comment after one of them died.
Oh,
The
okay.
first one
Well,
died.
after he died. Well, okay. That's hindsight. Is 2020. Somebody dies from a booby trap, then you're like, oh, of course. There's
Well,
a
why do
booby
you think
trap.
they're the first? Why do you think they're the ones that are supposed to go in first? It's for any traps.
I was thinking it was kind of like the intelligence of the little box itself that knows which ones are not supposed to get the treasure and tries to misdirect them. But there's really no way to direct that. It's kind of just
Yeah. I figured he sent them first because
Kinda
he knew there was
strange.
going to be some traps. He just didn't know what traps.
it's possible. But this guy, he's not buying it. He's like, nope, I'm not digging here. So he doesn't die. And so Will and Tucker dig instead, and they find the treasure, and the treasure that only the people of the Beetlejuice system would find valuable, and that's iron.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, if your planet is just nothing but jewels
Yeah,
and
there you go.
gold and silver, what are you going to make from that? You need some iron. You need to be able to make some steel. Makes sense.
I agree.
Oops. Yep. And so Tucker's about to run for it, but Will reminds him to help. Oh no! I'm sorry. I gotta mute, guys.
Red alert, red alert.
Yeah.
The attack of the
Mommy
offspring.
alert. Mommy
The
alert.
The attack of the offspring.
How you doing there, gorilla? You hanging in there? Glad to hear it.
There we go.
Oh.
Okay, this is for Herc. My daughter was just super excited to learn that she could make the Legos stand up on top of other Legos without actually using the interlocking connections. So she was standing them up sideways. She
Nice.
thought it was a major revelation.
So it was an epiphany moment, you're saying, Jill.
Yes.
Awesome. Oh.
Can we catch up on chats here?
That's a good idea. How you doing, gorilla?
Sure.
Sure. Tucker helps Will, not die. So that was good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Sean says soul glow, Geo or glow or something.
Soul glow.
Yeah. No, I already said welcome to Herc there. Says hello to everybody. Then Herc says, it's Gorilla's beard full of static cling. Yeah, it might be.
Could be.
The apparently brown hair is doesn't build up as much static as the gray in my hair. And it's the gray in my hair is building up the static. And everybody say hello. Then he goes, hey, G-Man.
Did you test that with balloons?
I can confirm or deny. Let's see. Herc says, Sean from Carter from Mars. I missed our saying that. I've never said that. And welcome to Kimberly Ann Hart. She goes, ooh. Try everything I messed up tonight, but I won't give up the fight. Birds don't fly. They fall up. I won't give up. Until I reach the end.
Nice.
Ooh.
Welcome. Good to see you, Kim.
Yeah, I'm not sure I get that reference.
Yeah, I don't recognize it.
Yeah, don't know that song.
Yeah.
And PvP's our music expert, so if he doesn't recognize it, none of us would.
Well, it's probably modern stuff, and I'm not much into. Well, I really do like some young bands, but I'm not really tuned into most of the modern stuff. I have to be honest there.
Herc 130 says, I love Jill's children. So funny.
Oh, they're cute.
It's so cute. Yeah.
Legos are important. Yep.
Yes, indeed.
They are.
They are.
They're
cool.
serious. They're serious business.
Unless when you step on one, then it seems less important. I just gotta say.
Yeah. I can still see my youngest nephew struggling with his Legos and going, Mom, I can't find this part. And I go over and I go, well, here, did you lift up your manual? He lifts it up. There it is. It had rolled under the manual that he was looking at. It's like, and he was always irritated with the way I put Legos together. I put everything, all the parts the same color. I separate everything from each bag that I'm working on. And he just thought no, you just dump everything. I'm going, no, that's exactly what you're not supposed to do.
So you were systematic and he was random and he didn't
Yeah, this is when he
appreciate
was
it.
really young, and then
Yeah.
he learned the hard way.
Well, when you're young, you are more random, I think, right?
But it's amazing because when I started putting those things together, and it was because of my youngest nephew. You need kung fu grip to put some of those bricks together. So I was sitting there going, how is Benny putting these together? He's just 6 years old.
Yeah, I haven't done Lego in a long time. Gosh.
Yeah, because some of those parts, I mean, you have to get them just so for some of those things to work.
Yes.
And so everything has to be tight, and you like one of those rolling spheres from the Jurassic World Lego sets. That has to be just perfect to get the little Lego minifig to roll or to rotate in accordance to the sphere, so it stays in one position, upright position.
Are there university courses in Lego engineering?
I don't.
Hey, you're making a joke of that, but there actually are.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
it's very, very clever.
Thank you.
Very clever stuff.
You could take a college course on the history of Star Trek.
Oh, I'm sure I've heard about that a long time ago. Yeah.
So obviously they're gonna have Lego engineering courses.
You know what shocks me though is how expensive Lego got. Like I remember even 10, 15 years ago looking at the price of some of the Star Wars sets coming out, and they're like I don't know, 50, 60, 100 and something bucks.
Most of them are over 100 because
if you
license,
want
the license is so expensive.
If you want the Lego engineering, you'd look up Lego Mindstorms, and so those are the programmable robotics kind of Legos that you can engineer things that can move and do things and all sorts of fun stuff, and you can program them using a drag and drop kind of little programming tool that they have to do some fun stuff.
Cool.
Well, if I ever need to do some Lego building, I will send you a message, Jill, and beg you for help.
It's an expensive hobby. I got into the Legos real quick. I bought a Space Police Lego set for my nephew, and it turns out for his birthday, but it turned out his birthday party before his birthday, the day of his birthday, where he had his friends over, one of his friends gave him the same set.
Oh no.
And so my sister calls me and goes, yeah, that Lego set, and I'm like, well, what do I do with this? It's past the 30-day return. She goes, and before my sister hung up, she goes, well, now you have yourself a Lego set. Bye. And so I'm like, So I put the thing together. It's the Space Police. And I go, well, I've got to collect them all now.
Oh no.
So I collected every stinking one of those. They're really cool though. Space Police.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed them anyway.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Let me tell you.
Anyway, I guess we're getting towards the end of the episode here.
Legos
this is pretty
are
much
important.
Legos are important. This is pretty much the end of the episode because they found the treasure and
the iron.
Yeah, it wasn't a treasure that the hippie alien wanted, so I guess he disappeared. And the other ones are dead. So the only thing left to do is say goodbye to Captain Tucker. Will decides to stay friends with Tucker, even though he lied to him. And the captain's like, "Oh, I promise I won't ever do any more of this pirate stuff again." If you believe that, I don't know. I can't help you.
So when Tucker leaves, is it Traveling Man that we see up in the sky?
No, we don't get to see any.
We don't get to see him take off.
Didn't get to see anything. We got chipped.
In the season 1 episode, we had a spaceship, but it's not here this time.
Yeah, I was thinking he had one in the first season.
Yeah, we didn't get it this time.
Well, I knew how good the season 1 episode was, so it was a good chance. It was a good excuse for me to go back and look at that, and that was fun.
Oh, so you enjoyed his first appearance?
Not the whole thing. I skipped through some of it, but I did remember a few things just from skipping through.
No, I said, did you enjoy it when you first saw it?
The first one, the Sky Pirate.
Yes. Okay, that's good.
But I enjoyed this one too. It's written by the
Uh-huh.
same person, and so
Yeah,
it keeps some
I
of the
haven't
same
seen these in such a
characterizations.
long time, so I can't vote because I didn't watch
Right.
it. But it looks fun though. It'll be fun
for
revisiting.
a season 2 episode. Amazing, fun.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
are you gonna give it?
Season 2.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll wait to hear your grade. So that'll be fine. Let me know. I'll give you some reactions from the press on this
Okay.
episode if you want.
Okay,
But
I think Gorilla goes first because
yeah, go right ahead.
But first, actually, before we do that, though, we got to go through to see the teaser for next week.
Oh, that would be nice.
We usually do
Oh, I
that
guess they.
before we log off.
Yeah, that's before we log off.
No,
If it works.
that's the video teaser. This is just the slides teaser.
Oh,
I mean,
pardon. Pardon.
Yeah, so they destroyed the box, I guess. Oh no, they didn't. It's right there. Never mind.
Oh, the pain of it all.
Is it?
So where does the box go? Okay, I know I'm old and I'm forgetful.
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, wait a minute.
It was very unclear.
That's from the Space Circus.
And then we get like the low rent Mugato here at the end of the episode.
That's from Space Circus. Remember?
Hey, it's Mugato you order from Temu.
It's Mugato Light, I'm guessing.
Well, he don't have a horn, so it ain't no Mugato.
Yeah, he don't have the pins either. That's why I'm saying it's Mugato
Well, what do you expect
wannabe.
What do you expect me to buy from Temu?
He's a
Okay.
I wannabe Mugato.
Okay, gentlemen, I get where you're coming from now.
Hey, did Styx do a thing like that instead of Mr. Roboto? They said Mr. Oh, forget it.
Forget that.
I'm getting silly.
No more Mr. Roboto. Oh dear. What a incredibly stupid song. But anyway, back to Lost in Space.
Back to Mr. Dr. Smith's perils. And of course, he's being chased by a crazy creature, but he's not going to run away. He's going to pick up stuff in the bag.
Got to pick up the rubies. He's got to pick up all those rubies. But the monster wants to eat the rubies because he digests them like those are his food. I don't know.
And of course, Smith keeps forgetting that rubies have absolutely no value on this planet, but he'll risk his life anyway.
Yeah, well, he risked his life for the gold and silver and ruby, jewels that didn't exist.
And it never pays off, and he never learns, which is why it's so much fun. Anyway,
warning, extraterrestrial.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this thing.
IDAC.
I've been teased this thing like a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, Jill, this means a lot to me in Stone Racket.
Jill.
IDAC.
A little mini preview of the next episode. Crush, kill, destroy.
Oh, hey.
You have no idea.
Preview.
Jill, there's no way I can describe the significance of crush, kill, destroy on my generation back then. It's mind-boggling. That was the first episode of TV I ever realized that a television episode could completely take over the imagination of millions of people around the world. But it did. Crush, kill, destroy.
Yeah,
at the end there, it said Jim Boyles as Smeek, even though in the episode his name was Deke. But
yeah,
I forgot
Deke. That's right.
Oh. Very cool. Now, if you guys haven't voted in the poll yet, please do so.
I cast my vote a while ago.
Hey, hey, Pop, you're getting blocked by the overlay.
Oh, you're right. I'm going to snap out of it.
Oh wow! Now PvP's blocked by the Cyclops.
Yeah, I'm staring at a Cyclops spot right now, but oh well.
Hey, now I can see everybody.
There we go, magic.
Hey, PvP, you enjoyed it. We know.
Yeah, well, I am a Lost in Space fan, so what the heck,
And of course, the Cyclops, he was pretty darn cool.
Yeah, he's pretty buff, I gotta say. So what the hell? Why not? Okay, I'm being silly.
Okay, so Gorilla, what did you think of this episode?
I was thoroughly entertained there. It's nice seeing some different looking aliens, nice little pirate adventure there. And they didn't all look human that we've been getting there. It's actually relatively, it was a serious, it's like a natural humor instead of like the, you got to keep up with Batman humor like we have been getting there. It's pretty good. I'm going to give it a high B plus, low A minus.
Nice. And tell us about your channel.
About my channel, this Wednesday, 2 more episodes of Justified, and we do have a new co-host on my channel. There, Zombie Mouse.
Oh, cool.
Then on Thursday, we are watching Forbidden Planet.
Oh,
Jill,
awesome.
Nice.
Jill, you're welcome to come to that one if you want.
Thank you. That's one of my favorites. You
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
I
that,
will see
Gorilla.
if I can.
All right. It'll be at 8:30, 9 o'clock after Germ stream. So there'll be no Waltons this week and no DS9 on Saturday because I'm getting tortured by taking the kids camping along with
Yay.
with about 14 other kids for Cub Scouts, and they're not allowed any drinking or smoking on the campground. So I'm gonna be tortured all week.
This is the same complaint you had last year. No alcohol.
Wait. Are you honestly going to tell me you're not going to smoke at all? Not even go behind a tree or something?
Well, I'm not supposed to, but no
Right,
drinking either.
I know.
But
So you're saying that canteen of orange juice you're gonna take with you, Gorilla, is like just orange juice, right?
well, I can't risk the kids going in and just taking a swig of it.
I get it. You've got to be responsible adult.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, but for all purposes, there for following the rules, there's no way I will be smoking on this camping trip. Wink, wink. but we should be back Sunday for Starship Troopers. Then I got a bunch of shorts on my channel, especially I just posted 4 yesterday. I got to travel down. Finally, got to go down Blackbridge Road there. After it was a mile and a half of it was underwater. So that's about it.
Very cool. Jill, what say you about this episode?
This is a very creative season 2 episode. Felt like a season 1 episode. Makes sense because it was written by somebody who wrote a pretty good season 1 episode. So, and it utilizes the well-developed friendship of Captain Tucker and Will. And so
That it does.
it just Will reminds him of his humanity and that he has a heart and but it only seems that this superpower that Will has only happens when the pirate is in close proximity to Will, because when he left Will, he just went back to being a pirate. So then what I do like here is that I think the reason why Tucker chose this plan is because he didn't know the family would be on this planet. What are the chances he runs into them again? But also Tucker doesn't like the fact that he disappoints his friend. And so it's all baked into that. And it's almost a sweet kind of friendship, except for that we know he's never going to change. So piracy is what he's meant to become from his abduction from Earth. Even on Earth, he was a thief. So going into space, he's still going to be a thief. And this was just as good as the last one, I think. I give it a B, which is what I gave the last episode. Probably, though, one thing we didn't talk too much during our review about, probably my favorite parts include every time the robot shows up, he's audibly distressed. Every time he malfunctions, that he takes it upon himself to do self-diagnosis because, Will is otherwise occupied with pirates. And now we know where that replicator went from that other episode. It's internalized by the robot into his systems. And he now calls it a simulator because he says, "Oh, I remade this part of myself." So that's a thing that happens in the episode I didn't mention. Tucker protects Will from his own crew, and sacrifices the chance for the treasure, even though he does get to see what it is and is disappointed. Well, of course, Will's life wouldn't have been in danger to begin with without Tucker, but Tucker didn't know he was there. So anyway, if anyone sees this episode is made better if you see the first episode from season 1, but it's still pretty good on its own.
Excellent, I agree. And tell us about your channel.
Sure, I have a channel called Antiderivative Jill where I like to celebrate science fiction and help you remember the escapism that we all enjoy. And so tomorrow I'm going to talk about For All Mankind, which is an alternate history kind of science fiction show where, in this alternate history, the Russians got to the moon first, and so
The Ruskies.
America, yeah, and so America was more charged up to do more things on the moon, and so there are moon bases now. So we're in the first episode with the moon base, and so it's getting good. It's getting good, and I enjoy it. And then on Friday, I should be talking about Shaun of the Dead. We'll see what happens.
I can't wait for that. I hope I can be there.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you. And that's all I've got.
And thank you for the wonderful slides tonight, Jill.
Of course. I enjoy it.
Stone Record, I know you didn't get a chance to watch the episode, but what is your opinion of your memory of the episode?
Well, unfortunately, my memory of it is not too good, but from just watching the slides and hearing the rest of you discuss the episode, I definitely would like to revisit it, and I will do my homework very diligently, like Jill suggested. I will revisit the first Tucker episode from season 1 before I watch Treasure of the Lost Planet. So I will do that. So it encouraged me to revisit these episodes, and it like Jill was saying, it looks a lot of fun, like a lot of fun, and I probably would have given this one an A, just from what I gleaned from all of you tonight. But I can read a few reactions from syndicated columnists of the day, if you would kindly indulge me.
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay. From the syndicated TV Scout, this is from 67. Series is a bit lost in time, too, as some yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum pirates show up searching for Billy Bones' treasure. Naturally, nervous Dr. Smith has already stumbled across a major clue when he finds a head that seems to follow him around and which may be a, quote, doodle bug, unquote. And from another syndicated review column, TV Key Review, a theatrical pirate looking for treasure, his mutinous crew of 3, and a talking head that lives in a box sparked this children's hour. The diverse characters led by guest pirate Albert Salmi bark a bit, but they don't appear to be too frightening, and the talking head will intrigue the kids. So I guess it's a very, very safe family hour. And then this will be interesting. This raised my ire. Barbara Budda, from her Looking at TV column, Lost in Space could be tuned in for the usual mess that Dr. Smith gets the Robinson nuts in. Alonzo P. Tucker, the pirate captain, makes his return visit with the idea of being led to a buried treasure by the doctor. With the boy genius Will and good old Robbie the robot, things will be as exciting as ever. Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 8, starring Jonathan Harris and Billy Mooney. And then Mark Cushman goes on, it was write-ups such as this last one that no doubt irked top-billed Guy Williams, June Lockhart, and Mark Goddard. Budda said, starring Jonathan Harris and Billy Mooney. And then in the Nielsen ratings, unfortunately, Lost in Space, this episode came in third.
Oh,
Batman gained, it was a 29% share of the audience, and Lost in Space only had 20%, so it missed the magic 30%. The Virginian won out for both half hour, since that's the only hour program, and it got over a 30% share, 33.4 for the first half hour and 33.6 for the second half hour. But Lost in Space gained a little bit. Lost a little bit. I'm sorry. It went from a 20% to 27.8 in the second half hour. So it was really battling with Batman of late. But it says here, never fear, Smith is still here, and the ratings would improve shortly.
good. Glad to hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah. For a while there, it was a battle with Batman, and then Lost in Space started gaining ground, and because the Batman phenomena was kind of fizzling out pretty quick. But it was interesting. It was I remember it was kind of a battle of the what are we going to watch, Batman or Lost in Space, and I think we did a lot of flipping of the channel on commercial breaks.
I
But
find it
anyway, yeah,
interesting.
I would have given this episode. I think I would have given it an A. But
I find
anyway,
it interesting that Virginia did so well, actually, for
yeah,
some record.
really,
Like,
yeah. I
because
never watched.
westerns.
Yeah, I never watched that show. Did you watch that, PvP?
Oh, if I did, I've forgotten.
Yeah.
I am actually a big fan of 1950s westerns.
Uh huh.
I think there's a
Well,
lot of great,
yeah.
great
What?
TV there if anybody chooses to
Yeah.
explore it, right?
Well,
Um,
that's all I
so
have. That's all I have to say. So now I turn it to you, PvP, for
okay.
your review of Treasure of the Lost Planet.
Well, it was a good one. I enjoyed it. It was nice that it is the same writer, Kerry Wilbur, that continued developing his character from season one. So that was kind of awesome. Um, there were some really good, funny robot scenes in the episode, which I always love the robot.
Yeah.
Um, you know, the, you know, the pirate captain is an interesting character. I wasn't so crazy about his accomplices because they didn't really get to do a whole heck of a lot before they got started to get killed off towards the end of the episode. So that wasn't a big thing for me. I
I
did
like
like
the fuzzy one.
I like the weird looking hippie guy. I thought he was hilarious. But he just disappeared. I don't think he even got killed, did he? He just vanished, you know, later in the episode.
Yeah,
But
Jill said he survives.
yeah,
So
he made me
yeah.
laugh though. I like that guy. I was like, get a haircut, buddy. Um, but yeah, that was fun. Really liked the skull box thing. I thought that was actually the behind the scenes folks did a really good job, like on the box itself with
Uh
the
huh.
creepy skull, and then when it opens with the metallic skull. I thought that was very well done for Lost in Space. I thought because sometimes, let's face it, sometimes we get props that look super
And
duper cheap, but this one
yeah,
looked pretty good.
instead of
So I
a scary human skull, we have a robotic one. So it's like,
Yeah, but
ooh,
I could see it,
sci-fi.
when I was watching this, like, gosh, I would have been like 7, 8. I probably was about 8 by season 2. This
Yeah.
probably would have scared the heebie-jeebies out of me if I saw that thing back then.
Oh
So,
no,
you
no,
know,
you would have been okay.
not probably, but it's still pretty creepy, right? Even now, I find it a bit creepy. Um,
Okay.
so that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of good Smith, lines, and Smith's always, the only thing that bugged me a bit is once again the Robinson family kind of gets sidetracked a little bit. They don't really get to do a lot
Yeah.
for most of the episode, so that once again annoys me.
And Penny disappeared.
And Penny disappears, like she's in the preamble, and then maybe she's in one scene standing there doing nothing, but she's basically AWOL for the entire episode, pretty
Yeah.
much. But oh well, what can you do? Um, Still, I was thinking of a lower rating at first after watching it yesterday, but when I started, listening to everybody on the panel, and you guys are making some very good points about the positive qualities of the episode. So I ended up in the poll. I ended up giving it a solid B. I thought it's a good one. It's actually enjoyable. I couldn't find anything terribly wrong with it. And, I got to give Kerry Wilbur, props for, continuing to develop a character he created in season one. So,
Yeah.
so that was pretty good. So, yeah,
Yeah.
overall, I enjoyed it. It's
So
a good one,
just a quick question, PvP. What was your grade, or do you remember the grade for the first episode? What was
I
this?
don't. It's been too long. It's like
Yeah. Mhm.
about a year ago, because that was towards the last half of season one, was it
Uh-huh.
not?
I
When
believe so.
Yeah, and this is towards the last half of season two. So there's like a good year's gap, if not more, between the two. So I can't remember what I gave the first one.
Okay.
You know,
But your memory of it, did you enjoy it overall?
I probably did, but I
Probably did.
just don't
Okay.
remember. I just don't remember what I gave it. The
Yeah.
one thing I'm excited about though is I'm really jacked up for the next
Yeah,
episode.
that's gonna be fun.
I don't want to give any
Yeah,
spoilers, of
that
course,
one
but
I remember. But this one, I do remember Billy Bones and the return of the Captain Tucker. Just
right,
just. But I don't. I'm surprised I didn't remember some of the antics with the robot. Because that
yeah.
you'd think that would stick in the old noggin, but
I'd forgotten the robot stuff
yeah,
too,
the
actually.
humor with the robot. So I'll
Oh, the
have to
robot was
I'll have
good.
to
Yeah.
revisit it pretty soon here.
Yeah, but the next episode is one of my favorites of
Yeah,
season two.
I'll be there.
The weird thing was with the following episode we're going to do hopefully next Monday is it was the first time I ever like I was a kid. I was probably 10 years old, and I never thought about how mass media could influence people's minds and like
Yeah,
take over their thoughts and actually control their behavior. But after watching the one next week, it was a total, experience of like, what the, this show affected all my peers, like everybody on
yeah,
the
I
playground
remember.
the
Yeah,
next day.
same here. The next
It was
day, we're
crazy,
we're all
right?
quoting that line.
We're all quoting that crazy line,
It's
and it's
like,
like,
hey, did you see Lost in Space? Yeah, crush, kill,
yeah,
destroy,
we
man.
were all like right into it, right? And it was
Yeah,
nuts, and
yeah, I
that's
remember that clearly.
one of my fondest memories of childhood. Actually, is that line.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy
you're
enough.
up in Canada, and I'm in the middle of the Midwest, and
Yep,
we
but we
both
still saw it.
had the same response, and then so did our friends.
The thing I can't remember, I don't know if I'm imagining this or if this was real, but I know the local station that because they only showed the big hit shows like Lost in Space was, right? And I seem to recall something about the following week. They got so many complaints about Crush Kill Destroy
Oh,
from the parents that they actually took the show off of my local station, which
oh,
I honestly can't remember if that actually happened now,
oh,
because it's been
wow,
so long, right?
yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. I mean, I'm sure they finished season two, but I can't remember if I ever saw a season three back in the '60s now, you know,
Oh boy,
because I know I saw it, like, later on, like when watching it like in the '90s, but I
hmm
honestly can't remember if they took the show off the air because there were a lot of parents who were very upset to have all their kids in the playground go and crush, kill, destroy. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, you had to be there, right? I
right.
probably sound like I'm a daffy old
Yeah,
man,
well,
but
fortunately, our CBS affiliate still kept showing it, and I should say our local CBS affiliates kept showing the show,
yeah,
and
that's good. I can't
yeah,
remember. I could be just imagining it, right? Because I know there was a bit of an outburst, but I can't imagine back in the '60s because people would have to actually write a letter and mail it to the station. I can't see more than a couple
yeah,
hundred people being that upset, really. So, you
yeah.
know. But anyway, what the heck? It was a good episode. I enjoyed it.
What about your channel, PvP?
You're welcome there, Pop.
I'm
Oh, my
sorry,
channel.
what?
Oh shit, sorry. I didn't quite hear what you said there. Nothing much going on. I haven't done any music stuff for about a month now. I just am kind of taking a break from concentrating on my channel at all. I was listening to some power pop bands recently, though, so I'm starting to think I might, eventually put a power pop stream up again, like I did many, many, many moons ago. But that's probably at least a couple weeks away. So nothing too much going on there, Pop.
Very cool.
And can I say welcome to DJ Play Nice real quick?
Hey, DJ, go ahead.
Yeah, hey DJ, welcome.
Hi,
Good to see
DJ.
you.
How y'all doing?
Hey, DJ.
And I'll read the chat after Pop gives his review here.
Okay.
Okay. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it an 8 because it's a nice, strong episode. The casting is good to see Tucker again. Like Bill Mooney said, you could tell him the two of them had good chemistry. They could have showed more of the family, but I like the plot with the villains basically bringing out the best in Tucker once again to show that his friendship was stronger than his thieving ways. And it was good to see it's like an island in the second season. Like you guys said, we've had 2 good episodes in a row, which makes you really happy. And yeah, with that, try to catch me. I'll try to be here. Hopefully, tomorrow night we're going to do the Mummy to see how you guys are feeling. If I'm up to it, maybe we can do it similar to the way we did tonight's show. And then I've got Revolution Live on Saturday, which I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's a big channel that kind of borrowed from our Revolution Live. I thought it was odd.
Oh,
What happened?
There's a pretty big channel out there that kind of borrowed from our Revolution Live.
oh, for crying out loud! I didn't know that.
Seems kind of strange. Wow.
Yeah, maybe it should be flattering.
Did they? So they clipped some from last Saturday?
No, they created a second stream on a different channel that is basically like my Revolution Live.
Oh,
So
I
they
see.
they copied your stream on their channel, Pop, is what you're saying?
Well, they didn't copy per se, but they called the green something because you guys remember on my Revolution Live, my background is green,
Yeah.
and
they shouldn't be doing that.
well, I don't care. They're more
No, but
powerful.
they should ask your permission first before they
Well, they haven't physically called it anything. That's why I'm being careful what I say. They're a lot bigger than I am already. But
still
today was their first one, and I watched it. It was interesting, but they haven't really pinned down a name yet that I can see. But they keep calling it green, and they keep saying rumblings. And I thought that was odd.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like I said, I consider it flattery.
Okay.
And then hopefully next Monday we're back in Lost in Space again. And we're going to finish up Gilligan's Island. We're going to have, I promise, Escape from Gilligan's Island here coming up this week.
Ooh.
On Wednesday, hopefully.
This week? This Wednesday?
Yes. We need to find out how his catchphrase finally got off the island.
Yeah. So that Globetrotters one, though, I'm having a hard time finding that one.
Okay,
very hard time.
Oh, really? I have all of them. If I
oh, that would be great, Jill, if you could help us out.
Jill, are you volunteering that one?
Maybe. I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Well, let us know you have plenty of time. No hurries. And okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and remind everybody. I'm going to close the poll in the chat. Thank you for voting, everyone. All right, here, give me a chance. I'll bring it right up, I promise. Try not to be such a slowpoke tonight.
All right, so
There we go. Go ahead, Gorilla.
I was gonna read the chats here real quick.
Go for it.
Apparently, only Jill's the one that gets hugs from Kimberly.
Look at Jill.
Oh,
Then
oh,
Scurry says hello.
hugs back, Kimberly.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Sean says I still do Lego. Got the Pac-Man machine most recently, and next month the Jaws set is coming. The Orca.
The
Oh,
Orca.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to read this one?
Do you like Shakira, Joe? Casually, I'm not a deep fan or don't know all the songs or anything, but I know a few. So sure, yeah. Whenever I hear her, I don't change the channel.
All right. So Scurvy here says, "Oh, the back pain of it all."
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah. And Scurvy says rubies are high in carbs, kind of like eggnog.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Shakira, let me show you, Kim, how the pro does it. The whole. I'm not familiar with Shakira's songs. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna read this.
Is Shakira kind of like Charo from back in the day? PvP?
I have no idea, but
No,
I
I'm just-
doubt it.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know if she's auto-tuned. I'm out. So.
No. Yeah, Charo was
She's
more
not.
for laughs.
She's largely not auto-tuned. She's more.
Oh.
She's more of a Latin.
You mean
Uh-huh.
she can
Dancer.
actually sing, Jill? Okay.
Aladdin?
So PvP, if they're auto-tuned, you auto-tune out. I take it right?
Yeah, I just can't listen to auto-tune. It hurts my ears.
I don't blame you. I agree. It sounds terrible.
Well, see, I grew up with the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, all that classic 60s, 70s rock, and with really great singers that could actually belt out, a tune, right? And could sing. And when I hear auto-tune, it's just like, well, I'm if I wanted to listen to a robot, I'd choose to
all
listen
AI.
to a robot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But real quick here, Lemon Pie says PvP, it's in your contract that you may be blocked by an overlay. Is that true, everybody?
I have no idea, but I'm
That's
still okay. I'm
That's
okay
my
with that.
mistake. I'm sorry, guys. I made
No,
a
that's
mistake.
okay.
No, I'm okay with it, Pop.
That's
I really
that's
don't.
a-okay.
It doesn't bother me at all, really.
I know, but I need to stop making mistakes with
Just
it.
no, it's not your
No.
mistake.
No,
it's because I take away the slides, and when I take away the slides, it moves everybody back in
Yeah.
behind the.
But-
So
Yeah,
I
it
should
doesn't-
warn you.
I'm not worried
I need to
about
warn
it,
you that I'm
about
taking
Yeah.
away the slides.
It,
The overlay
it
doesn't
wasn't a
bother me.
mistake because it led to this great joke.
True.
And Jill, you get to read this one.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, I don't always know the songs either, but I just keep falling down, but I keep hitting the ground. I always get up to see what's next. Birds don't just fly, they fall down and get up. Nobody learns without getting it wrong. I won't give up. No. So I don't know all of Shakira's songs, but I do know for sure that she does an auto tune.
You missed some?
I won't give up. I won't give in until I reach the end. And I start
Alright.
again.
All right, here's some more.
Season 1, episode 1? No, I'm on season 1, episode 7 and 8. I do 2 episodes for All Mankind because since the newer show, there's a lot less production stuff that I have that's collated in an easy to find place. So there's no reason to do just one episode for a 3-hour live stream.
All right, Jill, here's another one directed at you.
Thanks. And Shaun of the Dead. Nice. Yes, I really hope we can do it. There's a possibility we won't be able to, but that is the hope for this Friday.
Okay, what's the
Cross your fingers.
possibility? You got my curiosity up now, Jill.
Scotty may get sick. I
What?
don't know if I
He
should
may
be
get sick?
if I should be divulging
He may get sick like
his
5 days
illnesses
from
on
now?
the
Okay, I'm
Okay.
confused. I'm
He
really
got-
confused now.
he got diagnosed with COVID, but I don't know if he'll actually get sick.
No!
Oh dear,
That's not good.
not good.
He says he
Wow.
doesn't feel sick. Not yet.
Oh, DJ
Yeah, but
remembers Charo. Coochie
give him
coochie.
3 or 4 days.
Hey, I'm cool.
No, I had a couple of people in my office got COVID, and they did not have fun. Let's put it that way.
I felt discriminated against because I couldn't get a couple weeks off of work for the life of me.
You actually have to have it and be sick there, girl.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Tried.
I felt discriminated against. I couldn't get it for the life of me.
I got it in late December of 21 into 22, and I missed just over a month of work because of it. Because it landed me in the hospital for a week.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I had 2 people in my office that were out for quite a few weeks because they were not feeling good, and even the one lady that came back after she was no longer, no longer contagious, she was still suffering for a couple weeks at the office afterwards. So yeah, not fun.
Yeah, I just didn't have any strength, and even when I came back, I was huffing and puffing, and people are like telling me to slow down and then take a break. My coworkers, hey, you sit down now. I don't want you dying on me.
Well, that's the problem, though. It was different for everybody that I talked to. Everybody had different symptoms, right?
Yeah,
it took illness.
Yeah, it took 6 weeks before I had my lungs back, where I wasn't huffing and puffing all the time.
That's not good. Yeah. I got lucky. I got the 2 initial vaccines, and I never got sick. I was one of those lucky few, I guess. At my age, I was amazed I didn't get sick. Actually, it's like, whoa, I dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, it can be scary, being our age and getting crap, something like that.
Well, I remember the local hospital every week would post, an update, and every week there's probably 5 or 6 people that passed away in the emergency ward, and it was scary. It was scary back then.
Yeah, they pumped me full of a whole bunch of stuff, but whatever it was, it did the trick because I bounced back and as far as my O2 levels, that they started coming back after 3.5 days in the hospital. Good. So that was the thing that they were worried about was the O2, and then they the last day I was there, they go, oh, we're gonna do an ultrasound on your legs. And I'm like, what? Yeah, we're looking for blood clots. And they found one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I was on a blood thinner for 3 months.
Yeah, you got to be careful with blood clots because my mom had one, and they put her in the hospital for a whole week on blood thinners because it was the doctor, found it, and he's like, we got to get you into the hospital right now. Like, I drove her up there that afternoon. It was that bad. And she was in the hospital for a week on blood thinners. Yeah. You don't want to mess around with blood clots because if it breaks loose and goes to your heart, it's like game over, folks.
Game over,
yeah. And welcome, Scotty R37.
Hey, Scotty. Good to see you.
Jill, this was directed at you again.
Yes, Scotty R37 says, you're cool, Jill. About telling
just get lots of rest there, Scotty.
Oh, yeah, lemon pie, Carmen Miranda. Yeah, there you go. That goes back a little further there.
Yeah, that's the long ways back.
Is that it for chat?
Well, I hope you came up negative with that one, Scotty. He apparently
Scotty R37 says he feels fine. He just tested because he kissed a lady who found out she had it.
Thing is, though, you might want to keep testing because it might appear in a few days, Scotty. So be careful, buddy.
Sorry, guys.
The Pop's dogs also concur their PvP that Scotty should be retested in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Well, they have the self-home test. Like I've even got.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
I've got
they
some
do
in my bathroom here, but I never actually use them because I have a doctor. I'm one of those fortunate few people in Canada here that has a regular doctor, and so I've never had any problems. But I do have a self-test here if needed. If I started feeling something was wrong, I would definitely use it.
Yeah. All right, Scotty says, Sean, love the droids in the runabout, man. And Jill says, that's awesome. Not the COVID, but that I'm cool. And he goes, my story is way sexier. Yeah, but the way Jill said it was way classier. We go for classier.
There you
Except
go.
when I talk.
All
Yeah,
right.
we keep it
Matt-
G-rated here, Scotty. You
Yeah,
know
Matt G's giving us all some flapjacks.
Yeah, that's what I need. Give me some food.
Oh, it was his comment was only PG-13 at best.
Oh, he's positive. Okay, Scotty, get lots of rest there, bud.
Yeah,
and
don't.
Because if you're positive, you might be sick for at least a week.
Yeah, don't take any chances, Scotty.
All right, is that it for the chat?
we just got one more here. Sean Carter says, "Thank you, Scotty." And that is all the chats.
All right. So I'm going to share the results from the poll if I could.
Yeah.
And it looks like, oops, I lost them. There they are. Thank you, first of all, everybody, for voting. What grade would you give Treasure of the Lost Planet? And it looks like we got a total of 12 votes. And with B plus to B minus getting a 58%, A plus to A minus with 41, and C plus to F minus 0 votes. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. So
I know I gave it a B, but that's level season 1 standard. Season 2 standards, this is probably an A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it does. All right. So, okay. I want to thank all my panelists for being on here tonight. You guys helped me out tonight. As well as nights, especially tonight, you guys helped. Because I was not exactly doing so well. And I didn't really have the voice for it. So thank you from deep in my heart. I really, really mean it. And and thank you for everyone in the chat for coming along. And also coming to see us. And I hope you had a good time. We will hopefully be back next week with another exciting episode of the Classic Lost in Space. I'm going to try to show the clip for next week. Got my fingers crossed. As you guys know, it's hit and miss for me, but I'll do my best. Let's hope. Okay, good luck, everybody. If this works, I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Okay. Good night, Pop.
Yeah, good night, Pop.
Good night.
Good night, Jill.
And
night-
Scotty
good night, Gorilla.
R37 says hugs.
Good night,
Pop.
everybody.
Oh,
Yeah, good night,
Cool.
Jill. Good night, Gorilla.
yeah. Hugs to everybody.
I do
And,
that good night John Boy joke, but
Yeah,
One
and
of these days,
good.
Yeah.
one of these days, I'm going to forget all my built-in protect.
Oops, sorry, wrong one. I know that was still up there.
I'm so sorry. I'll take that down.
Oh, it's
well,
okay. You know, we do.
it played well anyway, so that's
Oh.
good.
Try sharing again. Okay, I'll do that. Here we go. I'm trying again.
Oh.
Well, disregard that, you guys. I guess not. I'm so
Rats.
sorry.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Next
It
week
is.
is such
I
a
have it
good
all
one.
trained and ready to go. And then my dog goes crazy, which doesn't help.
Well, your dog's upset because the preview isn't running.
Yeah, that's probably it, isn't it?
Well, it's a cool episode. So everybody, come back next week.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it's an android that's like Superman. Is that right?
yeah, he definitely emulates, and of course it's none other than Dawes Dawson Palmer.
Yes. And
And
thank
he's
you.
kind of like Superman.
Drive safe to work tomorrow. If you're in inclement weather, try to stay dry. Take care of your family. Stay close to your kids. And I will see you all soon. Is there anything you want to add before we close this?
Just,
No?
looking forward to next week's exciting episode.
Thanks
Okay.
for having us on, Pop.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Pop.
Thank all of
DJ
you.
Play Nice always has a great thing to say. He says, all y'all be safe, have fun, take care of your crew, and rock.
Yeah, rock. Spelled like what, Jill? R-A-W-K, right? Rock.
Bye-bye, everybody.